fuck's going on here?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Boxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
Boxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
DAZN production.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go check.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Today's another spontaneous episode. It's been a while since we've done one, but today's news definitely demands and calls for it. Anthony Joshua, the A side, or should I say the Diva side? I don't know. It's really for you to decide. I'm kind of making my own decisions at this point. I mean, last we checked, you wanted 50 million. Now all of a sudden you're backing out. You don't want 50. But you will take 15 million less, which is actually 15 million more than you've ever gotten. I mean, I just don't understand all these demands. It's not happening in the U.S. according to his promoter, Eddie Hearn. And if the fight is to take place, it will happen in the U.K. They feel that they've laid down the groundwork and deserve to have a first hometown defense. I mean, makes sense, but I think they would have made history with the amount of UK fans that would have came over here to cry as Joshua got his ass beat on the US. I mean, it's no different. Now they'll just do it at home. I mean, he did sound depressed when he said, oh, we can do it in Cardiff. It's like he doesn't really want this to happen. We already have the Povetkin fight lined up. It's just like, oh, man. Hilarious. We're back with the saga. I feel like I'm on a giant merry-go-round just going in circles and circles and circles. But that's what we'll be talking about. I guess some sort of congratulations or credit is deserved or due to FightHype, who conducted the interviews, which we'll be discussing. And it's up to you guys to decide. Are these typical wayside tactics? Like, look, don't let me influence you. It's not like Miguel Cotto hasn't pulled this, Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, this is an A-side move. It's probably the first time a side looks a little bit hypocritical, but again, that's totally up to you to decide. Let's head on out to the Golden State. Hey, slow down, Buffer.
DAZN production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
Boxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy. I wish.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, Hipster's here. Haters beware. And Ness, I know you're not, too happy about this news, but it's okay, Ness. Like, don't be,
Emotional. Why you emotional? Why you emotional?
Because like you said, this is the usual run-of-the-mill shit. A-side willing to take less money to make sure they have the home court advantage, so to speak. This is tested and true tactic for an A-side. So shout out to Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn being the A-side. This is what they do. That I think this is still in line with what we thought. We knew that they want to fight in the UK. And we knew that the $50 million offer to AJ was not attached to a UK fight. So, of course, AJ was going to take a pay cut. But now Eddie attaching a number, $15 million, less than $50 million is what AJ is willing to take. That's interesting. Obviously, we're going to chop it up. Call in 1-425-569-5241 or add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Let's chop it up.
DAZN Productions.
BJ was going to beat me, then yeah, you predict he's going to beat me. He lost.
Why isn't Wilder sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, you can definitely get it on ASAP.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, come and get it. Come and get it, Wilder. Kings chase kings. Our king's over here, so come chasing. You wanted this for 2 years. If AJ's willing to take 15 million less, A-side, he could do what he wants. He, like Ned said, he's laid out the groundwork. He was the one out there unifying, gathering up all the other bouts. Wilder wants it. AJ wants it. Let's come and get it.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yo, Ness, I think Rob wants that smoke, man. I'm just saying.
No, just
saying.
Put in my side, you know.
Well, then here comes the pain.
Okay. I'll take 50 million. If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
I'll see you soon then.
I don't know, man.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
September is pretty soon.
We definitely do not believe Anthony Joshua any longer. Unfortunately, you know, this is exactly what I said would happen. I mean, it's hilarious that I get called biased and all these things. I mean, it is coming out like as if I was related to Miss Cleo. Now, the information in the interview conducted by FightHype clearly demonstrates that Alexander Povetkin is next. Regardless of deals that may be signed, sealed, and delivered in the next week or so, Alexander Povetkin is next. His contract is done.
To piggyback off of that, just to give a little more detail about the interview, Eddie Hearn said numerous times that they will confirm and make a contract and sign the contract for Wilder, even if it's after Povetkin. Again, adding to what you were saying, Ness, that we may get a Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev-like contract for these two. And I've always said I'm okay with that, by the way.
No, he was happy to drop the, I guess, seeds. The seeds, planting the quote-unquote new deal. You know, even if we agree, we'll still fight Povetkin and we'll just fight, you know, Wilder later on down the year. You know, he's given September, October, December, February. Talking about stretching this one out. Now, this time it's the WBA. Today's excuse is the WBA. I mean, we want to make this fight, but we're running out of time. The WBA's right there. They need an answer from Anthony Joshua, quote unquote king.
Well, you know, we've been waiting on an answer with this new improved offer for apparently around 2 weeks now. But
hilarious that you take that route, Mr. UK Rob, when Wilder has, I don't know, sent 50 million about a month ago. So now we should be pressed for time for a revised offer on, I don't know, negotiations that they felt were not to their liking. Now they want home court advantage.
No, I hear what you're saying, but like I've said before, I think that 50 million statement was based off everyone saying, but this is $100 million fight. And AJ was like, all right, well, if that's the case, bring me 50 million. And then they did. And it was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that kind of thing. But I just feel.
So I don't get it though. What was your logic behind that statement? Are you saying because they called his bluff and made him look like a pussy, he shouldn't have to take the, I'm not really understanding it.
No, I just mean, and then they've gone, but then remember they attached all this, well, we're not going to meet unless you say yes. And all these, I think that's where Wilder's team kind of lost the.
I think it's time to play the audio.
No, I just cut me off. It's fine.
Audio. No, I'm not going to cut you off. I'm just saying.
Well, you are, because you did. No, I just think they've then sat down and thought about it. You know, I think boxing should have another big, massive stadium fight. It's not going to be doing that anywhere in America, is it? It's going to be like a 16,000 seat stadium in arena. I don't know. I think a massive spectacle is much better for boxing than just another night in Vegas with a 16,000.
Now, Rob.
I like the way he makes it sound so boring.
Oh, let me get in this. Rob, would you take $15 million less to do a job? Would you personally?
Knowing that if I complete that job, I'm easily going to be I'll be the undisputed champion of that job.
So it's the same. It's the same no matter what. It's the same job. It's exactly the same job. One's in different location, and one's down the block. One's 50 million, one's 35 million. Which one are you gonna take?
Well, the one that's 50 is a lot longer, so I'll do it down the block, save my petrol money. As you know, it's more expensive here. Keep that. No, but seriously, I think you said it the other night, Matt. I think they're gonna, like, on the back end, make around that 50 anyway.
I think you should say it, Rob. I think it's okay for you to say, look, I'm an Anthony Joshua fan, but I just don't understand this logic. That's okay. You're not abandoning your guy by saying you don't understand why he wants to take $15 million less. You don't understand why he's going back on his word. If you bring me 50, I'll take it. You don't understand, and that's okay. But,
like you said, you're not going to mislead people and make them believe what you think. I'm just telling you what I think.
Well,
I think this money is good.
Petrol. Your reasoning was petrol.
Yeah. And then I said,
Matt, in the real world, what does that mean for AJ? What is that? What is he saving? What the fuck? Come on, dog. Plane ticket price? Come on.
Matt, are you going to let me actually talk, or are you just going to keep talking?
For jokes? Yes, I'll keep saying.
Yeah, well, I said the petrol thing for jokes. So
yes, and then I said a joke, and you know.
I said in all seriousness.
Emotional.
Because it depends when you're emotional, Matt. Because you get all hepped up sometimes when people cut you off, and other times.
Yes, of course.
So if I had the soundbite, I could play it every fucking show to you.
Of course you could, but you don't have a soundboard. You don't. So
well, pony up the dough, and I'll get one, and I will destroy you with my soundboard.
Oh,
yo, we can't pony it up. We've offered it, Rob. So I don't know what you're talking about out your ass. We've offered it. So
hang on, where is it? No, I don't see it.
You never said yes. You never said yes.
I'm gonna just say no to money.
Yo, you just said you were interested. You didn't say yes.
I tell you what.
We showed you proof of funds.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cut back and not have it because I want to have my own show in the UK. Instead of coming all the way over there to get my soundboard. What I'm going to say is, I don't know why you're all worrying about Joshua's pockets for a start.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Y'all money too much. Why is y'all worried about what's in my pocket?
Contradiction, baby. Now we can't worry about Joshua's pocket.
Oh no, because you can't worry about Wilder.
12.5 million, huh?
We're all boxing fans.
That's the biggest purse of his career, Ness. He should take it.
Well, you just said he's going to make the biggest purse of his career fighting over here with home crowd advantage, A-side. But we're all boxing fans here, and I think however this fight gets made, we want to see it. But
it is weird. It is weird they took $15 million less. Like that is. Or allegedly.
Well, they're willing.
But, what is your concern of Wilder coming here then?
I'm not concerned at all. I think Wilder can win no matter what, where it's at. Like, when you knock someone out, you don't have to care about the judges. Like that's just the truth of it.
No, I'm just wondering, what's the big deal of him coming here then?
There is
none. It's just fun. It's just funny that they're willing to take 15.
Rob, but so why is home
for a hometown advantage that is so arguable in a heavyweight fight?
No, Rob. Let's be clear that the big deal is not on Wilder's part. Remember that. The big deal is on Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn. Let me remind you and the listeners that may not be piecing it together. Eddie claimed this fight wasn't worth over $50 million. That's why he was offering only $12.5 million. Wilder made him open up his eyes and made Anthony Joshua open up his eyes because he's obviously a puppet to Eddie Hearn. So under Eddie Hearn's command, he was under the impression this fight wasn't worth 100. So he said, unwillingly, unknowing, hey, bring me 50 and I'll take it if this fight is worth 100. Boom. His mouth gets shut. It was all accidental. You know, it was Wilder's plan, obviously, to shut him up. But it is still bad thinking, bad planning, bad decision-making on the eyes of the fans when it comes to Anthony Joshua. He is the one now reneging.
It's bad optics. That's just the look. That's just the look.
But I see it as Wilder's team had the upper hand, and then they attached 24-hour deadlines. We're not going to meet you. It can't be productive. How can it
matter?
Like but Rob, you sound
how can it not be productive? No, but how can it not be productive?
But we already
up with the person.
We already had this conversation. We knew the meeting would be productive. We all agreed about that. But they still took it after the deadline. So that deadline does not matter anymore because we are now weeks past that deadline, and they are still negotiating.
Not only that, in today's interview, which we should play and just stop and go, this way we don't get flagged, but like in today's interview, he clearly says, like, look, my dad met with Shelly. They had a great time. You know, they talked about the old times. Everything's going good. I can report the conversation and negotiations are flowing well. This fight will be made. Now, he throws in the old fast car Eddie, which is always there. It's always visible if your eyes are open, if you're not living in the fog. And right away, he lets you know what's next. Povetkin. It's Povetkin. He says, yeah. You guys are getting Anthony Joshua versus Wilder. Man, you'll even get it in paper. We'll even commit to it right now. But we're having that Povetkin fight first. We want that $20 million bag first. The same thing Nestor said. And once the WBA is satisfied, don't think that the IBF isn't coming to action and Joshua won't come fucking doing the request, fulfilling the request, because you can always use the excuse, there ain't no unification, there ain't no undisputed if I don't have all the belts, so I got to defend my mandatories. Who's going to fault Anthony Joshua, the guy who's done all of this in such a short amount of time? He's gotten so many belts. Now we're going to fault him because he's got to do his mandatories? Of course not. We're going to be on his side.
So why hasn't Wilder just gone, I'm not going to wait around 3 fights or however long before and
because
make this
Wilder
happen?
isn't the king. Joshua's the king. Wilder is waiting on the answer of the king. Once the king decides, I'm going to fight Alexander Povetkin next, Wilder will then fight whoever we can imagine, and then they will see each other December or February. I'm leaning February. I know that Eddie did not say February for no reason.
And Rob, you know, in the pre-pro chat, me and you, we both said, like, this fight's happening now. Like, it's whether it is in the contract for February of next year after the Povetkin fight, after the Brazil fight, or whatever, this fight's getting made and it's getting in contract writing now, I think. So regardless, I'm hyped. I said from the very beginning, deal, I'm hyped.
I'm still fairly confident that it's Wilder next anyway. But
I don't necessarily agree with either one of your guys' statement. I think that you know, I think it's just time to play the audio because I feel strongly that it's Povetkin next.
Okay.
All right. Audio.
Updates on the fight that everyone wants to see, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder?
No, I mean, I know we haven't spoke for a while, but from our recent conversations, we're talking most days. My dad met Shelley on Friday, had a good old chinwag about the old times, and we're trying. We're all trying.
So just pausing it there. They met Friday. Today's only Monday. He's still saying we're trying.
You know, we've got a limited time scale in that Povetkin is next. You know, we're pretty much have a deal in place with Povetkin. To
emphasizing, I just want to highlight to the public.
He snuck that in real quick, by the way.
Record show that Eddie Hearn says we already have a deal in place with Alexander Povetkin.
I have a good relationship with Rybinski, with World of Boxing. I've been very honest with them about what we're doing, and at the moment it looks like we're fighting Alexander Povetkin, but that could change.
At the moment, it looks like we're fighting Alexander Povetkin, but that couldn't.
Yeah, because Wilder hasn't accepted it yet.
Yeah. Now, Rob, you do understand if Wilder doesn't accept, it wouldn't be his fault that the fight isn't happening, because obviously he's going to have to accept less money and hometown disadvantage.
No. But all I'm saying is,
you don't know. So wait,
I didn't say I don't know.
Oh, it sounded like that's what you said. I don't know. I don't know. Was that a phrase? I mean, that's what you said out your mouth.
Well, all right. I guess neither of us know, because we don't know exactly what's going on in what these talks are consisting of. Apparently, on IFL, it was still maybe they still want it in the US and we still want it in the UK kind of thing. So whether that's the final thing, but I know apparently Wilder's had an improved offer. So we don't know what that improved offer is. So we can't say it's still a shitty slave contract or slave deal or whatever the term was used before.
No, that's not what I think point was. I think he's saying that, like, you cannot say that like Wilder's ducking, for example.
I'm not.
Not necessarily you, but just
in general.
In general,
right,
also in general, the offer will be like, what's the best way of putting it? And like, it's gonna be an offer that probably is worth refusing. Meaning, just think about this as a normal, logical thinking man. If you're offering one guy $100, you are obviously not going to get in there for $20 because you came up with that $100 to offer the A side. So my thing is, there's absolutely no fucking way Wilder's going to take, I don't know, 25 and give Joshua 50. It just doesn't, I don't see that. So if Eddie comes back and quote unquote, and I'm using air quotes, revises this offer, 12 to 25 really doesn't do anything for Wilder when he's already offering Joshua 50 and he's probably getting 40, 35 million. No, I don't know. Matt, how lopsided do you think that share is as the B side presenting the offer, the venue, the network, the concessions? I mean, how bad is Wilder's fucking, how much is his purse? Because I don't think people understand that. If I'm offering you 50, am I still making 12.5 million fucking dollars?
Are we talking about a U.S. or U.K. fight? Because again, that's
about a U.S. fight, obviously, because Wilder's 50 million is attached to a U.S. deal.
Then Wilder, I think, is assuming that he gets, like you said, over 30 million on the back end. That this does, 800,000 to 1 million pay-per-view buys. That's what they're hoping, I believe. Hold on, let me finish. With a UK fight, Eddie is now given the number. It's 35 million for AJ. That's what they're willing to take for a UK fight. And the whispers have been 17 million for Wilder.
Now this is my thing. How do you say it's 35 million for AJ when you originally said this was a 40 to 50 million dollar fight? Now you're giving your guy 35 million of an alleged $50 million pot. And you want the guy to take 15 mil. That's all that's left in this imaginary $50 million pot. I mean, I'm just saying. It's some really hard ball, and I want the UK fans to see it is an obvious duck. You're paving the way. It's no different than Floyd Mayweather's $40 million offer to Manny Pacquiao for flat fee when they were negotiating. It's not what you want.
Especially since, Pacquiao made, 3 times that on the back end in the actual fight?
Exactly.
At least.
I mean, up front, didn't he get like a guarantee 100?
Yeah, he got a lot.
80,
I forget how much he got paid, but he got paid at least
120, and maybe Pacquiao got a guarantee 80 up front. Like, dude, you don't do these things in these type of fights. But look, I'm not gonna stay back and forth and too long. We'll play a little bit more audio, and we'll get back to these calls
very quickly. Shout out to the super chat, Team Tago or Tago. Oh, saying this is B Pauly gaming account. What up, Doe? Hashtag and still hashtag super chat champ. Don't play with me, Cruz. Damn, sending shots at Cruz.
Shout out to B Pauly. Go follow his
gaming
account at Team Tago. Tago. Team Tago. Thank you for the support as always. Back to the audio.
And I think the 2 options we have are we either sign for Wilder now to fight him next, or we sign for Wilder now but fight him after Povetkin. So
I'm just gonna say right there, I've been on record that I don't mind these types of deals. You see, you come out and you say this 3 months ago.
We're okay. We're completely okay.
Yo, he could have got off
easy.
Alexander and Kurbet Pulev then Wilder's. No different than the Alexander Brand, Sullivan Barrera, then Kovalev for Andre Ward. Understand, people, that as boxing fans, we are very, very willing to compromise. What we don't like is being lied to. That's all I'm saying.
For the fans, they need to know that they're getting a fight. It's just a case of whether it's September, October, or December, February.
Now, I've been the only one at this point saying February.
No, I've said that.
Horse's mouth.
That's what's going to be.
Horse's mouth. I just want you guys to hear that.
Terminated. And what did you make of? There's a lot of criticism coming towards Anthony Joshua when he said, "Offer me, give me 50 million, I'll take it." You then came out and said, "Well, show me the money." Obviously, contracts, so they were talked that the money was there.
Well, no, that's a little bit of a false info, because I never said, when I said I didn't say I don't believe the money's not there.
I just want the record to show that whether he said technically or literally the money isn't there, I don't believe the money is there, whatever it is that he's about to tap dance Sammy Davis Jr. style, it doesn't matter. We all know he insinuated the money wasn't there. We all know he tried to push the narrative to the public as if there was impossible that this fight was worth 100 million and impossible for the B-side to come up with 50 million.
Of course. I mean, look at every AJ fan or just Eddie Hearn fan that's called in or chatted on the live chat or commented. They said that those exact words, that show us proof of funds. Like, we don't believe the money is. You think Wilder can make that much money? You think he can bring that money? You think Wilder can do that? Ha ha. You think Lou DiBella can do that? Ha ha. You know, so that was a direct result of Eddie Hearn. Whatever he says, like you said, semantically, maybe he didn't say those exact words, but he definitely did say it. Come on. Let's be honest.
But we got an email from Deontay Wilder offering us $50 million. Again, I like Deontay Wilder. He ain't got $50 million. So where do we know where it's coming from? We asked to see a contract. They wouldn't see a contract. Anyway, this is old news. Yeah. Joshua wants to fight in the UK. $50 million.
I just want to say bullshit. You know what I'm saying? As Eddie states, we got an email from Deontay Wilder. When Floyd sent Pacquiao an offer, it was Floyd Mayweather sending Pacquiao a $40 million offer. Just saying, you know what I mean? Learn from the greats. Learn from those before you.
$1 for the fight in the UK, he'll bite your hand off. It's just a case of him and Rob McCracken made a decision.
You know, I wanted to emphasize this part too. We got to discuss this a little bit discussion. He's like, "Oh, offer us 50 million in the UK, we'll bite your hand off." So basically, you know, you want that hometown advantage and that big walloping purse. I mean, you know, look, you said it yesterday's show. He's a good promoter. You might be right. He might be the fastest talking, slickest dealing promoter around, because
we just see through it because we know we live in this game. Like, this is the industry that is our career. So we see promoter talk all the time. We know what it is. But I mean, I can recognize somebody that's good at it. Eddie is absolutely good at it. You're going to have all the AJ protectors coming in and saying, "Why isn't Wilder taking the 17 million?" I guarantee you.
Who else is good? You are, because yesterday you and Rob brought this up, you know, and argued how well of a job he promotes. Now, I'll say today that you were right yesterday, and you know, maybe I need to, I don't know, pay a little closer attention, right? Because this card, but this is my problem. See, how good of a promoter are you, right? Because in one hand, I could say, wow, he's such a great promoter that he took this card that's happening to talk about all these things, and he's made headlines. I mean, his name is all over the YouTube boxing news community. He's put enough quotes out there. Writers are writing. All your favorite websites are talking Eddie Hearn. Now, here's the thing. They're talking Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Kell Brook, Kaya Yafa, whatever his name is, Roman Chocolatico. They're talking DAZN. They're talking Mikey. They're talking Charlos. You know, they're talking Charlos Liononi promotion with Matchroom, baby. You know, they're talking all that shit. But guess what they're not talking? Who the fuck is on this next gen card?
But Ness, I would argue that I understand your point. No, I understand your point. I completely understand your point.
Now, let me tell you. Let me just add this, because you want to give him credit for promoting. Now, wouldn't that been the right time to let me know who these next gen guys are when you have my attention?
Well, Ness, remember
your names.
He did talk about it. But you when we were talking about this interview, you said
man, that was one interview, and that's IFL. Shout out to James Helder. Is it Rob? What's his name?
Yeah, I think it was James Helder done that one. Yeah,
James Helder. He conducted his interview, and he went through all the next gen guys first. And because I'm a nice guy, I didn't skip because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I got to hear next gen stuff on one interview, but everything else is very direct. Everything else out there, all the other links you guys sent are direct.
Okay, some tennis. I'm gonna table that because I'll give you it. I'll say that is a common failure by the top promoters. Case in point, Floyd Mayweather, the best self-promoter in the game. How often does he go on Mayweather promoted cards for PBC and do a very shitty job of promoting his fighters and only promotes himself? We've seen that time and time again, but yet Mayweather's the biggest star in the game. Similar. Yeah, we know this Lawrence Okoli fight on Wednesday is not going to be a big event. We know that. But he's going to use all the media there right now to further hype and build up the big events that he's going to really make money off of, which is AJ Wilder, DAZN, etc. So I think that is smart. When you have the media there, make it about the biggest, most money profitable thing you have. And that's what he did. Also, Rob, I know you weren't here, but you missed Ness saying that we were right and that he was wrong yesterday. About Eddie Hearn being the best promoter in the game. So I just want to let you know that we were right and Ness was wrong and he admitted it. And we need to clip that. And
I knew it. I knew I was right anyway.
Listen, I'm not saying he's the best.
You just did.
I'm saying that, today is, I guess, credit to your argument, right? He's out there. And it does make you appreciate him, I don't see Bob Arum. He used to be this way, but Bob is old at this point.
I mean, anyone past his age, I mean, you can't run around and be a young guy like Eddie. I mean, it's a young man's game.
Years ago, Bob was heavy in the media, and when he's out there, you know what? He does talk. Is he as animated, socially intelligent as Eddie? No. Eddie's a younger guy. He's no different than the boxing voice. He's trying to be innovative.
Very quick. I sort of picked up when I jumped back on. You're saying, why wasn't he talking about the next gen on FightHype? Isn't FightHype predominantly an American?
Oh, so I get it. 101. Don't promote where they don't already know the fighter. I get it. Yeah. That's how you.
I'm just saying he's used the American like YouTube channel, we'll call it, for pushing the DAZN stuff, and he was answering questions.
Also, quickly, we don't know if he had. There's another FightHype clip of him talking about the next gen card.
I just had a quick look. I didn't know because that's all chopped up. I didn't know if there's like a full length, like IFL do, like just play the whole interview and you.
So you're saying they're gonna release the next gen part later, possibly?
No, I think it's an insequential point, to be honest.
Maybe, but
picture it doesn't matter.
What I'm saying is, if there's a guy asking you questions, he's not going, oh, can I stop you there about the Mikey Garcia and Charlo? I want to tell you about.
I'll tell you this, brother. I've been doing this long enough that I have had people tell me, look, that's not what we're talking about right now. Mayweather especially, Leonard Ellerby, they're sticking to the topic. He'll tell you, Gervonta Davis is fighting today. We're not talking about Badu Jack. That's how they are. Eddie could take that approach.
Yeah, maybe. I just think he's just got this massive DAZN thing that he's obviously got to push because, like you said, people are there's people right behind him, and there's people that are trying to knock it all the time. So he's going to push that when he's asked questions about it. But obviously, IFL much more UK based, kind of. They cover all the next gen fighters. They cover all the Warren. Fight, they're just all over the UK, so that's where he was asked questions about those fights.
Listen, Rob, I heard his cry, and I'm gonna answer it. It's okay. I hear you, Eddie. I hear the haters like Legendary Boxing talking bad about DAZN, but you know what? Today was a good day for DAZN. Hopefully, we could do another show specifically catered around his quotes for DAZN. It gave me true inspiration. I have a different outlook on DAZN after today's interviews. And that's another I guess case in point to you guys being correct yesterday in his promoting skills. The more information, listen, information is power. And the more he gives us, the more he can calm the rumblings and the naysayers. Knowing what I know now on the DAZN deal based off today's interviews, I'm extremely happy. You know, I see.
Are you okay, Ness?
Oh,
like,
fuck it.
did you hit your head on the run or something? Like, what happened?
Wait a minute.
No, what happened? Rob, are you hearing this? I'm concerned for you, Ness.
You sent me about 4 links with Eddie Hearn. Did you watch them all, or did you just send them?
Yep.
I
watched them. Yeah.
All right. So did you not hear all the information on DAZN?
No, we did, but it's you, Ness. It's not us that have the issue with Eddie.
But that doesn't make any sense for you to say that, Matt, because I've always been a guy that says I live in reality. And if I'm living in this reality and he's literally saying those words, I have to at least fall back and wait and see, is this going to be true? You know?
Look, I understand you want to be serious, but I'm here for the jokes, man. It's fucking weird. Like, Ness and Team Eddie is just weird. That's a weird thing. Ness with his own deal.
For once, I'll just bring the jokes down and I'll understand what Nez is saying, because bit by bit, we're hearing a little bit more. And even though I was on early days, that day that it was all announced, and I was backing my boy Eddie Hearn, as you said, arguing with you, Matt, because you're not going to pay $20 for something that doesn't exist. And, you know, I was doing all that shit. But I'm more excited about it the more I hear about it. And it's not even really benefiting me in any way. You know, it's like a US thing.
I'm extremely excited after today, and I'm so excited that I don't want to talk about it. I think it is probably individual show worthy. We have a bunch of callers. You know, the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. You could definitely hit us up on Skype. You want to be added to that conversation, you definitely have to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Send a friend request. If you do not send a friend request, you can't be part of the conversation. We're going to go out to our sponsors because this is a fan-driven show. So we're always looking for our listeners and our devoted, you know, loyal listeners out there to get behind us. Don't forget to head on over to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice, where tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern will be another episode of Untitled. Wednesday, we'll have the UK hour at 5 o'clock Eastern, 10 p.m. UK time. Standing 8 count is what? Fridays, Matt? 8 o'clock?
Fridays at 6.
Fridays at 6. So tons of content over on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice, plus the entire live show from LA, behind the scenes footage, all edited down by Titan Media. Check it out.
That's posted actually now because it's.
Oh, he posted it actually now, so it's free. So you could just go check it out yourself.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right. Do we got any ringers, Matt? Who we going to first?
I don't think we have ringers.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with some Wilder fans. Why not, right? He's first in line, calling in from Alabama. It's Edward.
Bomb Squad!
What's going on, Edward? Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, not much, man. The news about Povetkin, that's nothing new, man. I'm just saying 3 months ago they said this fight was going to be next. I remember Povetkin coming out talking about it. You know, so all this, it's the WB. Let's just cut the crap. I don't know where this puts Wilder fight, where it's going to be in limbo. Maybe it is a good thing for Anthony Joshua to be at home and fight Wilder because, like I said, Wilder's not scared to travel over there. I think he believes he can beat him anywhere, and maybe they'll give AJ the extra confidence he needs. So when we get this fight in February, that it'll be a little more presentable instead of him coming over here and getting smoked out and knocked out in the first round or something. So, like I said, there's no news here. If they keep talking about we're negotiating this and that, Povetkin fights next. So let's go ahead and get ready for that. And hopefully Joshua gets through it because Povetkin's not no slouch. I know he's 42 years old, but he can be possibly dangerous. So, like I said, we'll get the fight in February.
He ain't doing nothing off the juice, and he a midget, bro. I stood next to
Povetkin. Hey, you know what? It's funny.
He's little as hell.
Hey, man, you know what? I feel you on that, but like I said, man, you know, it is heavyweights, man. Somebody slip around and hit you the wrong way, it could be a problem. And Joshua's chin ain't that great.
He does have a nice
I mean,
left
let's
hook.
be honest. I seen a ref. Yeah, exactly. And I seen them breaking up the fight when little Parker was coming in. Parker ain't got no punching power. So I mean, you never know. It's heavyweight. So hopefully he gets the job done, and we'll see the fight in February. You know, say it's no point even talking about the Wilder mess, or you know, maybe we're just following just to be cute and see what's going on. But the fight's not going to happen until February or sometime next year. So, all right, man, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
All right, Edward in Alabama, thank you for calling in. Now, it's only right. We started off with a Wilder fan. We head on over to the UK, get one from under the Queen. They call me Black Soup. Wrong intro. That is definitely not the intro.
On the boxing voice.
I always love those blackfaces.
There's nothing
I don't like
about
these
taking
motherfuckers.
punishment.
Put your foot on this motherfucking
Blackface in the UK, talk to me.
Yeah. It's Blackface on the microphone. Respect to everyone listening in the past, present.
Yo,
future.
Drake made you famous this week. Just saying.
Why? What's he do?
Stop playing, bro. That shit ain't make it to the UK?
Yeah,
Fucking
I don't
get on
really.
my phone.
I don't really listen to Drake that at all, really, to be honest.
Well, Google Drake Blackface.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Well, has he got a song?
Google Drake Blackface. Thank me later.
Yeah.
All right. Say no more. Well, first of all, I'm nobody's fan, for one. I'm no Wilder fan. I'm no Joshua fan. I'm a supporter of boxing, first and foremost. But in relation to everything that's going on, you know, I kind of understand what Team Joshua want to do. I can understand them wanting to host a fight in the UK. You know, I was planning about a year ago, I was considering quitting my job and getting a less paid job just to be closer to my home. It cost cut about 15 miles closer to my house. I was considering it, but in the end, you know, I just want the check effectively. So, you know, I'd rather just, you know, take the long way home for the bigger check. And considering everything that they've said, bring 50 million, yada, 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 to me, it's pussy shit. We hold you on every word that you say. Bring me 50 million and then turn around and go, well, that 50 million you said you was going to bring me, thanks. But in all actuality, I should have actually said, the fight's got to be in the UK, end of story. So, you know, just make you look like a pussy, make you look like a bitch. We hang you on every word, everything that you said, or you shook and all that funny shit he's been doing. It just makes you look like a sucker as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, as long as we get the fight, we get the fight. I want the fight regardless of who gets paid the most, who gets paid the least, wherever it is. It doesn't matter to me. But, you know, A-sides like to flex their muscles and stuff, and that's what they all, you know, appear to do. I was really surprised that we would get to a point where high-level fights, and not because of money, is because of the location. That's a new thing. I've never seen that before in my fucking life, ever. It was always about money. Now it's about location. I think that's quite funny. But yeah, that's all I called him for, man. So yeah, whenever you're going to make a massive change in your life, it's usually quite scary. But you know what's even more scary? Regret.
Blackface with the wisdom, except after a massive change in my life, I still deal with regrets. Shout out to Jay-Z. Got to learn to live with regrets. Great call, though. We're going to bounce back now to the US of A with our ringer, KM Star, who's going to be cutting the line thanks to his patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice privileges. KM Star, what's on your mind, brother? Talk to us.
Nothing. Just checking out the show. It's been a little while since I called in. Not really excited if he's going to face Povetkin next. I'm not sure, you know, why they wouldn't just go for the more, I guess, popular, more, you know, based on popular opinion, a fight that everybody really wants. I mean, he needs, let's say Joshua fights Wilder and he wins, right? Like, depending on what you think of the matchup, you know, doesn't he want his next fight to be good? Doesn't he want his next fight to actually have some level of interest? If he fights Povetkin first, he might make some money, and then let's say he fights Wilder after that. Or you know, like, I guess the question I have is, after Povetkin and Wilder, who's next? Is there anyone else worth fighting in the division? Like, why would he want to step around Wilder and go to Povetkin unless they're putting so much money on the table? I understand they have some Russian promoter out there, like a big businessman, who can make it really worth his while. But is he planning on going to Russia to do it? I guess I'm not clear on that. And just based on what I think that fight would look like, it should look like Foreman versus Frazier, right? Like, isn't that what you kind of expect from Povetkin and Joshua? Like, you just hit him a couple times and make him bounce around, like exactly where Frazier looked. That's what I expect from that fight. Anyway, I'm not that excited by it. I'd be disappointed if that's the next thing that he does. And we definitely need to hear more about who Wilder will fight then. I think that's what I'm more interested in. If Joshua does that, then who will Wilder fight that will get us excited and make that matchup interesting? Now that puts Wilder in a position where he needs to do something to keep everyone interested in him. Not that he needs to do much. Most of us hardcore fans are interested, but I mean just generally, like, who's there for him that will make the matchup, waiting for the matchup worth it? I'm sorry to keep going on, but that's my call.
Cam Star, thank you as always for your continued support.
Quickly,
great call. To answer that, Matt, you going to go first?
No, you go.
All right. So who does Wilder fight? I think I'm going to throw Big Baby's name out there. I think there's no other bigger, more relevant name out there other than Big Baby, not named Anthony Joshua, that could garner enough attention to have people excited about a Wilder fight. Like, I don't think Brazil is going to have people as excited as Big Baby. Big Baby will sell it. And Wilder needs to swoop in and take the Big Baby fight from Anthony Joshua before Joshua could fight Povetkin and then turn around and do a USA fight with, Big Baby. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I don't know if certain people think Povetkin is a bit dangerous for AJ. I think Big Baby's maybe a little dangerous for Wilder. I don't know. It's a tricky one. I personally don't want to see either of them take this next fight before meeting each other. There's just that danger of us not getting that fight in the end if one of them loses. Not that I think that either will, but the potential is there. These are big guys punching each other in the face. You just never know. But I don't know. Maybe Big Baby, but Brazil ain't going to do nothing for me. He shouldn't even have that spot.
All right, let's head on out to the phone lines. We're going to go to another one of our Patreon perks. Ron, the mastermind, part of the production team. Ron, talk to us. What's on your mind?
60 seconds.
Yo, what's up, Ness? What's up, Rob?
How you doing, man?
Get away. But I wanted just to kind of talk about two things when I was watching those interviews. The first thing I saw was he was mentioning, like, hey, maybe we can sign like a contract and get like Deontay to fight after the Povetkin fight. I remember that was like a big problem they had before when they were talking about the Dillian White. Hey, I'll fight Dillian White. We'll sign the contract. Let's do that. And they were really against having multiple fights lined up. So I noticed that was one thing that was strange. And these choosing sides, like I just want to see the fight itself. But I just get this uncomfortable feeling when I watch these interviews that regardless of when I watch them, they
10 seconds
place them in different orders, and they all somehow lead to this confusion because everything just contradicts so much that, like, when I watched this interview, it felt like it was an old interview. Like, I didn't feel comfortable saying, like, this is the newest interview talking about the current negotiations. It just makes me feel like they're really not trying to make this fight happen next.
Well, but you feel that way because you feel like do you feel that way because the information feels regurgitated, like you're not hearing anything new, right?
Yeah, and it's like the problematic situations that happen now is things that happened before, but now it's not a concern anymore. The money was one. Oh, now the location, let's lower the money. Let's do this, let's do that. Oh, I don't want to sign Dillian White in order to get Deontay. Oh, but now it's like, hey, maybe we can do Povetkin and then we'll do, Deontay Wilder. It's like everything's so out of whack that it just confuses me, which just leads me to believe that it's just all talk.
That's why they call him Fast Car Eddie.
Exactly. So, like I said, I think he's a great promoter. He's doing his job amazingly. Everyone's talking about him. He's doing great for his fighters, but the whole Deontay Wilder situation, I do feel like he's not disclosing the proper information, and things are starting to come in.
I would kind of counter that with the less we're hearing lately, maybe the closer it's getting to being made, in my opinion. I've always thought that you hear all the beginnings of things, and it's, you know, Eddie Hearn saying all this, and the other side, Bella, and maybe someone else chipping in. And then when it just goes a little bit quiet, or we keep hearing the same things, yeah, we're talking with, like you say, maybe we're not, but I sometimes think that that's an indication of details are kind of being kept under wraps now, and they're getting close to making it.
You're definitely wishful thinking. You got optimism, but look, I have always been optimistic when it comes to this sport. This is the only thing I watch, so you know I want the best for it. That's why, like, after hearing some of Eddie's stuff today, I like the direction DAZN is attempting to go down. Ron, thanks for calling in. Let's go out back to the UK. We got Coach Mitty. What's up, my friend?
Quickly, Ron, remember you can just boomerang back in.
What's up?
I said to Ron, you can quickly boomerang back in. But what up, Mitty?
Hey, how you doing, Matt? How you doing? Just very quickly, Ness, one question for you. Have you ever met Mike Tyson in person?
Yeah.
Does he look like a midget next to you? He's a bum, this Mike Tyson, isn't he?
Well, Tyson is thicker, though, bro. Povetkin is very thin. I'm telling you, bro. Look, hey, you don't have to take my opinion for it. All I know is that I'm looking more and more related to Miss Cleo as the months go by. People are starting to call in saying Eddie is the one spinning them for a loop. I have been telling the truth.
To be honest, like I don't really mind like that back and forth with the Eddie stuff and all that. I just thought that the comments on size was like strange. I know that nowadays like the big heavyweights are definitely dominating. But like one of the callers said before, heavyweight division, one of the guys that has been hanging at the top for a while, he knows how to deal with his size. I don't see him winning against AJ. That I make you right on that. But, you know, I don't want AJ to just hang his chin out there either, right? Because if he clocks him, that's good night, you know? So
I'm just saying, man, look how small Joseph Parker looked next to AJ. He decided to box because he felt so small. What do you think is going to be the difference between the 6'2" freaking, how much does this guy even weigh in? He's little, bro.
I just think the difference is like he's gonna be more reckless than Parker. But I don't think he has the choice anyway. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you're right. We've seen the blueprint. We've seen Klitschko fighting him, and he couldn't get past like Klitschko range, right? So, but at the same time, AJ doesn't have the same like methodical jab as Klitschko. So you never know. He might get just caught on the inside. Might get caught with body shots. Who knows? Like, it's dangerous. Heavyweight, man. But anyway, to get back on the topic, the only thing that I'm hearing, it sounds like we're getting the fight. Like, and I don't.
Next year, February.
Yeah, maybe. If we do, I don't really care if it happens next year, February, or if it happens September. I just know that, but I just hope anyway that it will happen within that time frame.
But as
like we will get it.
As an AJ fan, a UK resident, a TBV listener, don't you feel if the fight happens in February 2019, right? Yeah. Which would make Anthony Joshua a absolute honest gentleman? Because 2 years ago he told us he wasn't fighting Wilder till 2019, and we were up in flames. We were up in flames. But either way, it looks like he's getting it his fucking way. But I'm just saying, wouldn't you and every other fucking UK caller owe me an apology? With all the Ness, you're biased, you're biased, you're dick riding Wilder, but yet it is my guy. The one I'm dick riding, he's the one that wants to fight. He's the one staying true to doing the fight right now.
If that's what we're debating, the only thing I'm going to say is that, yes, you know, if there's an apology that you want, I will give it to you. And although I don't believe that I should give it to you, because I don't believe I call you a dick rider, maybe a
no, well, I'm speaking in general. You know, there's tons of guys. Fugatti is one of them. Fugatti is like an AJ freaking, I don't know.
Fugatti's a troll. Like, he doesn't even believe it.
I want to say, and I want to finish on. No one is getting a W on BoxRec because they stuck to their word or they're not a ducker or anything, right? So, and it happens like all the time. So if you feel that Wilder won a W because he's the principal man, then that's all good. Give him another W. That's how many Ws now? 42, 41, who knows, man? But he's getting to 50 soon, man. Don't worry.
That 50 is gonna be the legacy killer for everybody.
All right.
Minnie's all right was like, I don't fucking care. That was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in.
Just gonna have a one
No
attached.
one cares anymore because I'm starting to sound more and more sane. A few months ago, I sounded insane because it was impossible for the public to believe that the champion who has 3-4 belts, who's been fighting, and I'm using air quotes and all the fucking AJ protector words now. Oh, he did it in 18 fights. Oh, he unified. What's Wilder been doing? AJ can't be scared. Huh. Fuck. It's going to be 2019 is where we're going to get that fight. AJ is no joke, bro. He told us, I ain't fighting Wilder till 2019. And we were, I can't.
So now you do believe him. Earlier, you didn't believe a word he says.
Now you do believe him.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Talking to Mitty is when I remembered that other interview that he did, and that we even did a spontaneous show on it. We couldn't believe that he put out that statement, but he's getting his way. He's really not fighting Wilder for 2 years. I hear you.
If it's February, is it in the States then? Because I'm not. If I got a ticket to sit outside in a freezing ass fucking stadium in February, pissing down with rain, freezing cold in England, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Didn't he say Cardiff?
That's even fucking wetter and colder. You're having a laugh.
And that's not a closed stadium.
I may have a roof actually. Yeah, they could do that. I guess
they do have a
Cardiff. Yeah, they do.
But it's well. I mean,
all right. Let's go out to these phone lines. We're actually gonna jump to drive by. And we're gonna be very strict on this drive by. So all you girls get your panties in a bunch if you want. It doesn't matter. Cut it. We're bringing back out the cut it, and Matt hit him with the drive-by. And what we doing? 30 seconds, 45, or a minute?
30.
30.
We have an untitled show. We have an untitled show at 7 p.m. on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice.
That's right. We have to prep. Peace. Donald, 30 seconds, go.
Damn, y'all killed me. I had hella shit to say. But, man, all I'm going to say now is that is y'all going to – Is y'all going to any of the fights? Because I'm going to be at Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mars and Charlo and Trout. And I'm going to be at Trujillo. He's fighting. I'm going to be at those two fights. So I'm going to be in L.A. at the Staples. And I'm going to be at in Lancaster at the Pioneer Event Center. Wow. But I think Wilder should fight Big Baby. That will be a good fight before the Joshua fight. So that's all I got because we only got the 30 seconds.
All right, Donald and Aaron Cantu will be at both of those fights. Hurricane Ray. Talk to me, 30 seconds. Bring it like a hurricane, baby.
Hey, all right. I'm walking out of my office, so start my clock again real quick, man. Listen, I got real quick points. Look, Eddie Hearns is he signed that $1 billion deal. Who has he signed? He has that money just sitting in an escrow somewhere. And the fact that you guys are saying he's a great promoter, he struck gold when he signed AJ. Who else? Who else has he signed? And by the way, you guys should send him an invoice for all the free promotion you guys are doing for him, and getting these fights, the Wilder and AJ fight going. And also, Wilder also did say he would travel. So what's the problem there? Hearn also did say that in a quote, the U.S. will make more money at the gate. So what's the problem? I don't understand. And all these AJ protectors are protecting them. Protecting AJ because they're scared. That's it.
Matt, you falling asleep at the wheel?
He's doing it for the fans.
I don't have the timer. What, want me to get like a stopwatch for every caller?
He was down to 45 seconds.
You have the clock, not me.
Yo, that's a horrible gun. I want that Joe Buttons gun. He got the best gun.
He does have the best gun.
I just removed that one. I hate that one.
That was sad. He's got sniped.
That's horrible. What's that, like a 357 or something? That's so corny. That's like so long and echoey.
American Sniper.
This shit is echoey as hell. It's like a fucking bomb. Bodega San Antonio. What up?
Yo, what's going on? I just want to say real quick, 30 seconds. I want to talk about a possibility that nobody has talked about yet. What if they do the Joshua Wilder fight in a neutral location, like type Jamaica, something like that? You know, like they did in the past with you know, they fought in Nigeria, Ali fought in Nigeria and the Philippines, something like that. You know, do it in a neutral location, Jamaica, something like that. In the wintertime, there'll be a lot of people out there. You know, make a whole spectacle of it, make a whole event out of it. Yeah, that's my piece.
Cut it. First of all,
let me answer this. It's the ticket prices in Nigeria or Jamaica will not even compare to the ticket prices in the UK.
Whoa! Why are you saying that? Jamaica uses dollars.
So the ticket prices will not equal the same as if it's in the UK or Vegas. It's not the same thing.
I think that you might be wrong. Let me read this. Midday.
Yes, Ness. You want to read it to the class or just to yourself?
Well, Mitty, who called in, said neutral location. Why would they lose gate revenue?
Exactly. They're going to lose millions and millions of dollars if it's not in the UK or Vegas.
Let me ask you a question.
That's obvious.
They did it in Jamaica. What kind of like arena are you thinking? Are you thinking they're going 20,000 or they're going 90,000 a seat arena because tickets are so low?
What size stadiums do they have in Jamaica? I don't know.
I'm just
exactly. Like, why are we talking about Jamaica as like a
cricket pitch
option? Like, come on, fam.
Bro, why not have Jamaica? As
we're on drive-by. We're not going to Jamaica. It's going to be in the UK or Vegas.
Jamaica.
I know you want Jamaica.
I want Jamaica.
I know you do, but no one else.
Shout out to Bodega giving the killer. Look, first of all, Matt cut me off. I wanted to say one. Bodega, I want whatever he's smoking. He was on chillax mode for real. Texas Bud had him lean. Two, he definitely showed his true colors by wanting to fight in Jamaica. So he wants more of that good bud is all I can say. But I think it's cool. I hear him, bro. Look, both of these guys have African, Nigerian descent. Like, I hear it. And if we're talking to 16,000, 20,000, we'll travel for that. I mean, if it was 20,000 in Jamaica, it's sold out because the UK are going to buy those tickets before I could even get one. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about selling out.
Why not? You could price the ticket.
It's about money. That's
what I'm trying to tell you. You can still price the tickets at $1,500 ringside if you want. If that's expensive, I'm saying, Matt. Whatever you were going to charge, Sylvester Stallone is still flying out. You get what I'm saying? Like these.
I'm telling you this right now. A Jamaica fight for the ticket prices, the gate revenue would be a fifth of what Vegas is.
Why are you talking about a Jamaica fight?
It's not happening in Jamaica. No, it's not.
You guys are both wrong because this is why we're talking about. We're talking about a Jamaica fight because this is the voice of the people. He voiced his opinion. It is our job to discuss his opinion.
Yo, stop
trolling, Nez.
Nez, let me just say this right now, okay?
Please do not use this platform to promote that shit.
Please do not. Please.
No, because I just okay. So Matt, tell me this, right? As Matthew Hunter, if they gave you the keys to this and said, Matt, you can do Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder in Jamaica, you're gonna
I wouldn't pick Jamaica. If I had the keys
No, they're telling you can do it, but it gotta be Jamaica. You can't make it work.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good. Right.
So pass me the keys. Right?
Go. Here's the keys.
Pass me the keys. This is what I would do. Rob, explain to me why I can't still charge exactly the same amount of dollars that I'm going to charge in Las Vegas in Jamaica.
Why charge the same price ticket?
No, right. You didn't want to play this game.
Why can't they charge the same in the UK as Vegas? Why? Why, Ness? Why? It's economics.
I tried to play the game with you. You didn't want to play.
It's not a game we're playing. We're moving on.
No, I don't want to move
Drive by.
The show. It's not only your show.
Yo.
I have a duty to fulfill for Bodega.
For you.
His opinion was expressed, and we must discuss it from every angle.
Cut it.
Yeah, I noticed when you read Middy's comment out, you did edit it for a reason.
Of course, I don't want to. You know, nice guy, man. Listen, the thing is, no one's giving me a logical answer as to why I can't charge the same price in Las Vegas and in Jamaica.
Why can't they do that in the UK then? It's the same logic. You know why?
Why?
Because Vegas has the high rollers. They have the casinos. That's why they can up the charge and everything. You know that. Come on.
So then explain this, brother. This is what you're not getting. Logistically, the cost is the same to fly. What I'm saying is the same 20,000. We are going anywhere. We're going anywhere, bro.
That's not my point, Ness.
But that's my point.
But your point is pointless.
No, it's not pointless. Ricky Hatton brought 30,000
Vegas to Vegas.
Okay.
To Vegas.
Okay.
That's why. You didn't take it to Jamaica.
All right.
The former home of.
All right. Matthew, understand. He brought 30 to Vegas, and you're saying Vegas is a spectacle. That's why they went. So you're telling me Joshua can't bring 15?
Bro, what are you talking
Wilder
about?
can't bring 10 or 5? And they sold out?
An idiot sandwich.
Come on, man. Like, let's move on. We're good.
I'm not understanding.
You don't understand the soundbite or the?
I could care less for your sound bites.
Oh, no, don't be like that.
Emotional.
I'm still looking for an answer. I understand that the UK is going to travel regardless of where it's at. I understand that I'm going to travel regardless of where it's at. I've already said I'm going to the UK. So,
but Ness, I've agreed with that. But again, Jamaica, they're going to do a quarter or a fifth of the revenue.
But you're not answering my question. Stop telling me that and tell me why can't they charge the same fucking amount?
I just told you, man.
Why?
You don't think the casino's behind it? You don't think that the fact that they can bring $1 million high rollers into Vegas for big fights, that equals these huge site fees?
So I want you to tell my listeners, I want you to tell our listeners why you're playing the sound bites. Not because Jamaica can't pay for the fucking ringside tickets, but because the casino is going to offer the promoter a bigger site fee. Explain yourself. Don't try to make it seem like I'm retarded.
But they can offer a bigger site fee, and then also the ticket prices are higher in Vegas. They just are.
All right. How are they higher? You're still not explaining.
By making them. You choose the dollar amount in the computer to a higher amount. It's not that hard.
My point. So why won't I pay the same thing that I pay in Las Vegas, which is a desert? Why won't I pay it for Jamaica, which is the same cost flight?
You
both cost me under 400 to get to. Explain yourself. Because you want to play sound bites and make me look stupid, yet you obviously don't.
I don't need to explain myself, Ness, because you haven't explained your point. You don't have any evidence to back up your claim that Jamaica can have the same ticket prices as Las Vegas.
No, I never claimed
that. Out of here with that bullshit.
I never claimed that it could. You're changing my words.
I'm arguing that. You're arguing that. You are arguing that.
I'm not arguing. My question.
What are you arguing?
Co-host. My question to my co-host has always been, why can't they simply charge the same price?
Because they choose not to.
All right. Now that's a more logical answer than they can't.
And this is why.
Not because they can make more in Vegas. They can. They just.
And this is why.
Dude, but they're not technically making more. They're receiving from the casino as a site fee.
Exactly. They're making more money. They're making more money. You're just saying a different way of saying making more money.
No, you're saying it a different way. You have to let the listeners know why it can't happen there, because a casino is putting up the money. The same way a casino gave Floyd Mayweather a Bugatti to ensure that the fight happens in Vegas. Say the facts.
We did. How many times have we talked about?
You're playing sound bites like, oh, Ness, you're crazy. It can't happen over there. No, that's not true. That's not true. Progress fights in fucking Oklahoma or some shit.
They have a huge site fee from a casino. This is common knowledge.
Exactly. So someone could be putting up the money. Same reason Dillian White is now fighting on Epic, because they won the purse bid. Anything could be done if you got the pockets. You just
does anyone in Jamaica have the pockets for boxing? You think Nicholas Walters' crew is going to come in and buy the purse bid for Anthony?
I don't know. Maybe we should have had a show a couple of weeks ago and asked you, did anybody in Epics? We didn't even know Epics existed. Just like we didn't know DAZN existed. So you don't know what exists out there. Stop it. You're just being like very pessimistic.
No, I'm just being realistic and not giving my call, giving the listeners, giving the listeners bullshit information. Giving the listeners bullshit information.
You haven't answered my question.
I did answer it numerous times. You have yet to bring any evidence to back up your argument.
My evidence,
out of here.
Is all the historical fights that took place in different countries. They made
But they didn't go to Jamaica. We're going to Captain Boxing in San Francisco.
They went to a worse country. They went to fucking Africa, brother. What you talking about?
We're going. That's not Africa. Is not a country, dog. Maybe get a geography book out. Captain Boxing.
They've had fights all over. They've had fights all over.
50 years ago is 50 years ago, dog. Get over it. Get over it.
But you're acting as if it didn't happen and it can't happen again.
But it's not happening. It's not. It's not an option.
More of the same logic of Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn. They didn't think 50 million was available. It is now.
I've definitely know that logic. So I don't know what you're talking about.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
Then where's the Nigerian money coming from? Where's the Jamaica money coming from? We've had how many months of negotiations? Where's the big company from Jamaica going to make the bid? It's nowhere. You know why? Because Jamaica doesn't have the money for boxing. Let's go on to Captain Boxing in San Francisco.
Yeah, what's going on, gentlemen? Start calling this Nestor Diamonds. That's what I'm going to start calling it. But anyway, man, I'm going to tell you like this. Anthony Joshua, ever since he felt that power from old man Dr. Sledgehammer, he's going to do anything that he can to get out of this fight and prolong it as long as he can. If Wilder told him, I'm coming over to the UK for free tomorrow, he'll figure out a reason for them not to have this fight. And that's all I got to say. Can't wait for the fight to happen, but I'm not looking for it to happen anytime soon, especially in the wintertime, like Robbie said. Thank you and have a good day.
Shout out to the super chat, Mike Aviation, saying, I think the caller's main point was the whole neutral ground. So let's put Jamaica to the side. Isn't there a more feasible neutral ground then? Not that I can think of for this matchup.
Not according to Matt.
No, it's either Vegas or the UK.
Out everyone.
It's either Vegas or the UK for this fight.
Yet obviously money isn't an option because even though the bigger offer's coming from the United States, Eddie wants to fight in the UK. But I don't know. Matt says that logic doesn't matter because Vegas.
Because of hometown.
So why isn't Vegas winning in this fight? In the fight of the title of the show? Why they're not winning in this fight?
Because they want hometown advantage. They want hometown advantage. And is Nigeria or Jamaica hometown advantage? No, let's move on.
For Anthony Joshua, Nigeria is hometown advantage.
He's from the UK. Stop. Like, he can't go and pull a 90,000 seat stadium and sell the same price tickets as Cardiff or London. He can't. It's the ticket. It comes down to fucking money again, Ness. I don't know why you're arguing this for this stupid point that you know.
Wait, you're saying it comes down to money, but you're talking about the casino's money, not the ticket money.
It's
so
you keep confusing. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. When you say he can't sell 90,000 tickets in Nigeria
for the same price as London or Cardiff, it's not the same price.
But I see. I don't know the that's different than Jamaica. That's why Jamaica I was arguing because I know the flight costs. I've been there 5 times. I know the flight costs. And for the UK, it's cheaper for them to come to New York. So I know that logistically, it made more sense. I cannot argue for Nigeria. I don't know what it's going to cost the UK. All I can argue is that Anthony Joshua will bring at least 50,000 people no matter where the fuck he fights. If Ricky Hatton, 140-pounder, whose biggest win was Costa Zoo at the time, struggled with, I believe, Andre Berto, if I'm not Berto, excuse me, Luis Collazo, okay? Struggled on live TV with Luis Collazo. Deserved to give him a rematch, I believe. Right? Double check that, please. Did he fight Luis Collazo? Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Then he brought 30,000 people. Now, pause. Don't answer nothing. Just remember this. This is still a Ricky Hatton who in between fights ballooned up in weight, was always drunk in the media, doing shit. Not Anthony Pretty Boy fucking Under Armour, Nike, all that great shit. Joshua, stop it, man. He takes anyone, any fucking where. They paying the same price in the UK, in Las Vegas, in New York. It don't fucking matter. They're going to pay for it.
That's great.
503-715. Matt, you could get off. You the one emotional.
I'm not emotional, but Ness, we are on a time scale. We have to schedule a show for 4 o'clock.
Soundbite for yourself. Tickle your feet.
Just to make you happy, Ness.
Smile on the face. Put a smile on your face. You emotional.
Just for you. Just for you.
You want to rush. This is your emotional sign.
Ness, we have a show at 7. We have a show at 7, Ness. I'm sorry.
I'm emotional.
And you've been talking more than the caller.
503-715. 503-715.
First time caller. Hello.
Cincinnati, right? Ain't that Cincinnati 503 or no?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's 513.
It's Jamaica, I think.
Jamaica. Is that Walters, Nicholas Walters, going once, twice? We're out. We're going back to Ron on Skype. Talk to me.
All right. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, cool. So I don't think the fight should be in other countries, but as a fun fact, because I'm like a big boxing history geek, when Muhammad Ali and Foreman, when they fought, I believe there was like 60,000 that attended the Rumble in the Jungle. And I think Don King got money from the government to fund that fight. And I think they went a little bit in debt because of the fight. Mm-hmm. But I do know things like that do happen where they go into the government or they get like special like political money arrangements and they can make fights happen. I don't think it would make sense.
Hashtag Matt Stats.
It can happen because it has happened. But that's my call. That's it.
Hey, Ron. If the fight happens, were you planning on going regardless of where? Like, if it obviously right now we only have UK and the US as an option. Were you trying to attend either or you were going to strictly TV this?
If it was in Vegas, I would go.
Okay.
Because I live close. If it was in UK, nah.
How about if it was in fucking Jamaica?
It's closer. I would consider it because the flights and things is a little bit more. I don't know. I would probably consider Jamaica over UK.
Exactly.
But that's because it's closer. I mean,
that's because but that's what I'm telling you. It's also the cost of the price. That's what I was arguing.
No one's arguing against that, Ness.
Stuff, Matt.
No one's arguing against that. That they can
comic section, Matt. Read the comic section. They already said Ness has flipped it on you. It's too late.
I don't care, Ness. Your argument is not an argument.
Yo, it's Ron's call. It's Ron's call, not yours.
Ron, actually, we're in drive by. We have a 7 o'clock show.
Ron, he's trying to rush you off, Ron.
But honestly, I think it would be better in the US or UK.
Of course it will. Of course it will. Why would it be in Nigeria or Jamaica? Stop.
You know, the former home of boxing to the new home of boxing.
Whatever that meant.
You know, from Vegas to the UK, old home of boxing to
whatever that meant.
This is kind of emotional.
This is like in the chat when Nez just puts a question mark.
So Mitty must work for Eddie Hearn. He's talking about Deontay Wilder's don't fly out to see him in New York, yet he does great numbers in New York. And he's not from New York. It's funny. I don't know. Anyway, I'm your host, Ness GTO. I'm just so grateful that Eddie Hearn is around and this little YouTube channel continues to be at least honest, you know? As biased as you think I am, I mean, I'm obviously not biased anymore. I mean, the things that I'm saying are coming to fruition. Thanks to Eddie Hearn. Gotta go.
Final thoughts. Obviously, this fight is going to happen either sooner or later. I think we're going to get a Andre Ward-like contract, Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev-like contract. Probably going to get the Povetkin fight, probably going to get the Brazil fight for the respective men involved, and then we're going to get a February fight in 2019. And I think everyone, when that fight comes, is going to forget about all this. And we're going to get hyped just like we always do, and it always happens. And we're going to pay for the fight, whether it's pay-per-view or not, and we're going to enjoy it because this is a super fight in the sport. Can't wait to see it. And shout out to the A side, always making strong arm moves. So shout out to them. And be back, obviously, for Untitled on patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice at 7 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that if you are a Patreon member. Peace. Oh, if I may have Matt Hunter TV on all platforms.
Yeah, I'm going to stay way more optimistic. We're still going to get this. You're all going to come over, fill that stadium. You're all going to stand and rise for the national anthem, Sweet Caroline. And yeah, and you don't have to go home without your champion.
I don't know about we're all going to come over. Very few of us will be able to buy tickets for the fight, especially in the UK.
There's 90,000 of them available.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He sells out in a matter of days, right? So
yeah, I mean, there's a service where you get the first day release, and then it's open to the public. So if you pay, I think it's only a small amount, but you can get that jump on the general public straight away. But yeah, you can follow me at UK Rob TBV on Instagram and Twitter. We'll catch you again soon.
all right, peace.
Peace.